All right, we are back today. The agenda today is to do some Puzzle Rush Survival first, hopefully not do as badly as yesterday, and then we're going to do some Van Perlo Endgame tactics on Chessable. So we're going to do two different types of tactics. If you were here yesterday for my game review, you saw that I didn't play the Endgame that great. And it feels like it's like calculation in the end game is something I need to work on. Looks like we've got a checkmate. So let's do it. Okay. I'm expecting a queen in the face mate. It's not there. Looks like we just take this hanging piece. They take, we take. Is material even? Yes. So we'll take the free piece. Wait. Yes. I was going to say they could pin it, but then we could protect it with the pawn. That's checkmate. So let's do it. Checkmate. What are we doing here? Interesting. I mean, we could just take. We have one apiece. That seems fine. Cool. We won a piece. This feels very much like check here. This is a very normal theme. King in the middle. We can do queen in the face, check. They do have two different squares. That one is mate though. So if they go to the other one, then we go check, driving them over to one of those squares. Does that work? So check. They have to go to E1. I go queen E3. They block with a knight. So it feels like I want to go knight C2. But it just seems like there are too many ways to escape. So okay, so queen D3 check. King E2. Knight C2. Oh, what? Yeah, no, it was king E1. Check. Then he bounces out to F2, and then what? I guess then I can go queen E3, and then they go down. Yeah, and then I go there, check. All right, it does look like that works after all. All right, let's see. I'm trying to balance some things here. Here we go. It's working. What's up, Kevin? How's it going? Has Puzzle Survival helped your game? I think so. I feel like my tactics have been a little bit more on point. I mean, I started doing it like at the beginning of the summer, so it's been a while now, and I do actually feel like I'm better at tactics. The problem is it's like a balance. So then you start getting this bad habit of always looking for the Puzzle Rush answer, and that can be hard to balance. So now I'm trying to almost like take these patterns I'm building and then sort of fight back against the temptation to just always say it's the pattern. Like right here, I can just be like, boom, mate. And then when you get in a game and you're like, boom, mate. And it's like, well, no, it's not that simple. Just because you've seen a pattern like that doesn't mean that's actually checkmate. They have this cool move that you missed. All right, so checkmate. So, yeah, good question. Answer is yes, but. That seems like a good answer. Yes, but. Daniel, what is happening, my friend? How are things? Okay, so that didn't come up there. So I need to have multiple windows open here to get all the chatter. Okay, interesting. So let's do it like this. Move this, and like this, and like this. And hopefully this will let me get all of the chatter. All right, so how's it going, Daniel? Hopefully well. There we go. Looks like I can see it all now. All right. This check. Do I take that? Do I get that rook? Like, let's say they go here to defend the rook. I go take. Does not feel like that wins. What if I go here, check again? Can't protect the rook there, has to go there, win that rook. So it looks like that's what we're going to do. We're just winning the other rook. Long day of work, tuning in before bed. Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm doing this before bed. I had a really great lesson with my coach day. Yesterday we were talking about sort of playing the black side of the Carlsbad, and a lot of your ideas, Daniel, is exactly what he was talking about, of like, you know, really being able to attack on the queen side, the king side, especially that idea of going like queen f7 and pushing g5 near the end instead of offering that queen trade. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, it was an interesting conversation. All right, so check has to be there. Check with the rook. And yeah, that looks good. So check takes, check is the most forcing. They go there, mate. They go everywhere. It's mate. Boop. We're a few time zones apart. Yeah, later there. Can understand that. Check here is very forcing. It's another thing, Twister Chris. I will say that playing a lot of Puzzle Rush has me looking for a lot of forcing moves in my game. And then when they're not there, it's fine and I adjust. But sometimes when they are there, it's actually the wrong move. Like a good idea, a good reminder of this is yesterday. I played a game where I had played a very forcing move that like almost forced them to trade queens. But it was actually bad for me. Like it was a bad queen trade. All right, so if I go here, we actually have the follow-up there. So we go here, there, queen check. That's actually mate because of this pawn. Check, say there. Here gets away. So maybe we don't like that. Here, here. How do we follow up there? Maybe with the rook. Gets away. Can't put the rook there. So I feel like I'm either missing something or have the wrong first move. One of the two. Queen check, rook c6, then what? Then, oh, maybe if I go takes with the rook, goes back, then I can put my queen here. But now it just kind of looks like they've gotten away. I could do the quiet move and go here first to completely cut off that idea. Oh, this actually doesn't work anyway. They just go there. But then I have this move to pull away from the defense, so it does work. Okay. So what about the quiet move of d5 cutting off a lot of the escape routes? Let's say they play rook a8. I check. They go to b6, and I can't actually take on a6 anymore. I don't know why I can't see this all the way through, but I am quite sure that I know the move. Dennis says I need to get my head more in puzzle mode during my games, even dropping the ball in key moments when you miss tech. Yeah, that's the hardest thing, right? You're like, this is a normal position, and then suddenly it's not. Okay, so I knew this was the right move, but I couldn't see it all the way through. So let's see what I was missing, because it doesn't seem hard. I don't understand what I was missing. So check. Okay, wait, no. It's their moves. Queen c7 is what they did. I go check. They go back. This was the move I thought was right. That is a draw. Okay. So c4. They go back. I didn't see it here either. I missed this move. Interesting. And now that's just straight up mate, isn't it? Wait. No, they can come back. But then I go here, and now they're really on the run, and we have a mating attack. Okay, so that's what I missed, was this square, e6 as the follow-up square. Actually, I need to close that window since it's causing my computer to go wild. All right, move, or number 14, that is. Actually, let me check this. Okay. Alrighty. I mean, the most obvious move to at least look at first is rook d4. The problem would seem to be simply running away. And there's no follow-up. Looks like I just have to run away with my rook. Another possibility is g3. Same idea though. Ah, but no, that wins. If we play g3 and kick him, then we just go behind check and end up winning the rook from the skewer. Stack him and crack him. Checkmate. Checkmate. G3 fouled. Yeah, Daniel's got it. Okay. This pawn is pinned. But I still can't go here because of that. But what if I go here, threatening mate, and then takes, check, here. I thought that was going to be mate. Knight takes, pawn takes, queen, king h1, move over check, moves back. Yeah, I don't know. So maybe the answer is actually knight f2. If they were to take, we would take with the queen, it'd be mate. If they ignore it is what I'm wondering. What if they go queen d7 check? I go king f6. They play queen c6. Does not look great. Interestingly, knight g3 also suffered from the same problem. So maybe the answer can't be sack the queen. No. Queen sack here doesn't really do anything. I don't know. What do I do? Okay. Is it actually bishop takes f2, rook takes, otherwise it'd be mate, queen takes, corner, queen f1. That's the answer. Okay. Now this one I might have only found because it's a puzzle. I might have made a different move there because I was really struggling to figure it out. I might have been like, I guess there's nothing there. But since it's a puzzle, I know something is there. And that is one of the hard things. People aren't there to tap you on the shoulder during the game. Takes, check, moves, takes. We win a piece. Is that enough? We are threatening knight f6 immediately. It doesn't look like it does anything. Okay, so what if we do this? Queen takes. They have to take. Otherwise, they're just down a piece. Then I fork, check. Yeah, they don't have anything at the end with some powerful fork with the knight. So we will just do that. Feels like it's bam, 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 but the queen's actually covering it, so it's not that. But it is this. Checkmate. We got there. Also, I looked at reducing the delay of the stream, and I have it on no delay. It's just a natural delay, which is frustrating. So takes, slows them down. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves to mate, or to queen. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not with check, but I think we can go check, move the king over, check. I mean, I think this is still a winning position. Okay. I think I was off a tempo there. That is not a good move. This. Okay. The move is here. We're controlling all of these. The only square I can go to is there, and it's covered. I want to be able to organize tournaments for the Chess Journeys team. Unfortunately, this permission does not seem to be automatically granted to me as a team leader. Yes. I will definitely look at that. I was hoping that as team leader was going to grant you all of the permissions, but it would make sense that I have to go through and grant you specific ones. So I'll definitely check that out. There. Is it in the box? Box is here. Does that not work? I think we have to actually calculate. There. It looks like they don't make it. No. Okay, weird. Somehow it looked like when I drew the box, but now I can see clearly they're not in the box. Yep. Push, indeed. White to move. Check here with the bishop looks promising. King can only go there. Can't take the rook on c8 because of the knight. Seems like we're like a piece short here. Check there. I mean, I guess we can check on d6 and they actually can't put anything in the way and the shoulders are covered, so epaulette-ish mate, I guess. Yep, Daniel's got it. So that is normally mate. Is it mate here? Yeah, it is mate here. That check is interesting, but perhaps a better move is takes pinned. So after takes, there's no like annoying checks. They could just push by, but we could take because this pawn is pinned. So yeah, so this is going to work quite well. I did not even look at that, but it doesn't look like it does anything. Hopefully that's why my brain didn't process it. It was like, we don't look at garbage moves. Check here. How do I finish it? What about check here? Is that any better? Yes, that is, because then I go there and that's mate. So does that work? Check. And no matter here or here, queen goes here and it is mate. Okay. What? What did I miss? Hello, there's a rook there. What is wrong with me? Oh my goodness. So check, takes, check, and that's how we do it. Oh my. That was not a hard move. Not a hard one. Yep, Daniel got it. I don't know what happened there. I just I didn't even think about it. I just went boom, boom, boom. I thought it was a win. All right, this is a double check, so that's rather powerful. Is that the answer? They move over. And what is the follow-up? I thought it was going to be some sort of smothered, but it's not. I could sack with the queen, but it doesn't look like it does anything. So now I'm wondering if the answer is actually knight f3 double check. I don't know what that does different. We'll have to see. Not much. Interesting. At least if we take the knight, we're up an entire piece. They move over. We go here. Or maybe even here, here, there. Takes. Here is actually mate. So yeah, it's this one. We've seen this many a time. I don't know how. It's like I knew the pattern, but then something happened and there was a short circuit. I don't know what happened exactly. Check. Can block. Check here. Then what? What about check, block, take with the bishop? Does that work? Probably not. Like here, 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 and then they could go here, hitting the rook. Oh, the rook is backed up at least. Okay, seems reasonable, I guess. Ooh, wow, we're not doing well. What happened there? That was a very lazy calculation. I was like, that doesn't look like it quite works. Okay, so the reason I didn't do it is because that didn't look like it worked. But this probably does. Here, here, here. Not super hard. I've missed a 1380 and a 1489. Oh my. That's all you know, I'm not on my A game today. I can feel myself a little bit like wobbly. Pretty sure it's here, 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 here. Doesn't look like I can push that by, but I can push up one here, here, here maybe? I don't know if that works. What if I went here, here, there immediately? Takes, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, but we're gonna still pressure from both sides. Okay, that is utterly shocking. Apparently I was supposed to move one more first. Oh, what a night. Don't calculate, and this is going to surprise you. Sometimes I don't calculate, you get moves wrong. So, 25 is my final number. The lowest I've gotten in a long time. The highest puzzle achieved was 1540. The highest one I got right was 1430. Dang. Ooh, what's up, Chris Hill? Northern California. Awesome. Well, welcome. All right. I think we're going to move on to the next thing of the evening. This is something that my coach suggested I take a look at. I haven't really used this tool. Wait, what is happening? Why didn't that work? Okay, let's try it again. I got this a long time ago. I never really used it. I had heard it was good. It was one of those crack 'em and stack 'em kind of things. So this is Van Perlo's Endgame Tactics, and it's I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't remember. I think it's just tactics from the Endgame, like basic tactics speed calculating. So which sounds like something I need. So let's take a look and see. So this says, a very eloquent example of what may still be possible in seemingly hopeless positions. So we are white. Our king is way off sides. White does not seem to have any prospects left. But look what followed and keep it in mind. Taimanov found a way out. Can we? Okay, let's see what we can do here. This looks hard, I'll tell you that. Can I draw arrows on this? Ooh, I can. That's cool. So, the best thing to me would seem to be to try to make a pass pawn, but I can't actually do it. Like, I can't go like this because they'll just take. So, what am I doing then? If I go here, they take. That clearly doesn't look right. It just seems like it has to be a king move. But if we try to, like, race them over, clearly we lose. And if we come around and they go like this, and we keep coming, and we go here, and then they go here, and we still lose. Like, I do not see anything here. Not a thing. So I'm curious. Kevin, is our goal here to win or draw? I don't know. We don't know what our goal is. I would assume draw. The way I'm looking at this is we are clearly dead. All they have to do is bring their king over and eat the pawn. So if we're clearly dead, then even getting a draw seems pretty miraculous. So I'm wondering if the draw is something like king over, maybe push to separate these pawns. Keep coming. Now they come to support. I mean, it doesn't look great. At least their king's over, but they're up a pawn. So I see nothing. I think if they chase your pawns, you win the race to their pawns. If they chase our pawn, like you mean if I go here, 1, 2, I don't think so. So let's see. If we went here to support this pawn, or you're saying maybe they have to go here and here. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The problem is also if I try to go back here, this one pushes. So I don't think that works. I don't think it's a race that we can win there. King b3 seems like the obvious move to me as well. I can't calculate winning here or drawing here, but that seems like the clear move. Okay, that's very strange to me. I don't understand why they didn't just go for the pawns. I guess the reason is because now we cannot come over any farther. We could go here, and now it's basically zugzwang. Zugzwang in that it's their move. If they go here, and we go here, and they just come over, and they eat our pawns, I just think we lose. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like King c2 is a good move, but perhaps it is the move we are making. Yeah, I don't see the plan here. I really don't. Yeah, exactly. I think that was to shoulder us, and I think King c2 is the best I can come up with. I don't know that it's a good move. Okay, so instead we're going this way. Now they're gonna push by. Okay. Are we just going back to b3? I look like we're shut out of this. I guess perhaps a point could be now if we go this way. And they have to go like this. What's the difference in moves? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whereas they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like we're losing, but at least it's something, which is better than what we had, which was getting crushed. So I'm going to move the king up. Okay. I kind of think we should move the king up again then. Because, like, I would be fine repeating. Okay. And if they try to push, we've gotten one closer. We're going to opposition them again. Oh, we're not going to. Oh, we're going to come around this way. I don't know. This doesn't look that great. If we try to come around this way, 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. 1, 2, 3. And then this is a win. Then they just come down and eat it. So I don't think that works. But I don't see what else we're supposed to do. Okay. Okay. And a draw was agreed. Huh? What? Okay. 1, 2. No, it's just takes, they take. We come down, they're chasing. We come down, they chase again. Oh, they do actually get the pawn. Oh, okay, so this is a fascinating one. As long as we can just stay this close, when they go to eat the bottom pawn, we actually eat their bottom pawn. It's like just in time. I kind of think we should look at that again. Let's start this one over. That was a weird one. Okay. Let's overstudy it. Okay. So, looking at it again, it feels to me like black just played it wrong. Like, if black just goes right for the pawns, I don't understand how we're there in time. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, maybe it's the same thing. We go behind. Actually, no, that wouldn't work at all because they would go maybe here, 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 here. They can't come. Yeah, I guess maybe this holds together. Wow. Yeah, if this whole book is this hard, then I won't be doing the whole book. That's for sure. Okay, so I'm trying to go up and around. And then when he stops me, then I'm just one behind always able to get everything. Okay, well, let's look at the next thing. Now it's white to move. Deservedly famous for his ability to escape his skin in hopeless situations was Manuel Lasker. The following amazing escape occurred in Lasker Tarash. Okay, so it says black threatens to go c4, b takes, followed by a4, c3, and this pawn can't hold off everything. So what do we do? And our king way out of bounds. And if we try to rush, then they just get the pawn. So what is going on here? So if c4, what if we push? And they take. This feels like a very easy win, right? Just boom, boom. They've made their passer. And the white king is just totally in la-la land. So maybe the answer is to play a4, dragging the king over here. Maybe even one more. Here. Then we're here. 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 And if they try to come back with the king, I'm back in time. And if, say, they leave the king and they do this plan, takes, I'm here, then they push, and then I'm here, and here, and here, and I do it. So I think that works. What do you guys think? Daniel says, I think you have to use our H point as a decoy. Yeah, I agree. Well, this is awesome. My coach had me solve this a few weeks ago. Brutal stuff. Yeah, it is brutal stuff. I think you're right. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to decoy with this pawn. My only question is, do we do one more or not? Is there a difference? If we just go now, takes, it looks even better. Like we're well ahead. So I think we do that. I think we just go now. Darn it. We go there. Okay, because if we don't go there, if we go here right away, this looks like complete disaster. So I don't know why we'd go here. It seems slower. It seems one move slower to get over. So I don't fully understand that. I guess it does shoulder him a little more, and maybe I wasn't calculating correct. I guess I wasn't calculating correctly that if I just go straight for the pawns, then they go straight for us. But by shouldering down, I'm pushing him down. And maybe even I'm going down again. Let's check. So if I go over here, let's say here, takes, there, takes, there, I could go here. So I think this works. I think we can go here now. Take, and then we got it. In fact, I think we win this one, right? What? Draw? Okay. This one kind of seems like we would win. All right, the next thing is they have some variations. So on... okay. If we had played instead of G6, if we had played F6, then they could just push the pawn, and we're actually not quite fast enough. But somehow by going to G6, they can't do that? Oh, right. Now I see. It's not a shouldering thing. It's that if they don't immediately take here and they try to come down, then we're pushing H5. It's actually guarded by the king. That's what it is. H5 pulls the king farther away. Yep. Prevents opponent from his king going to G4. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. It's that's the key. I missed that. that it's, because otherwise I was like, what's the difference? We want to race faster, but this way, the king has to stay there, can't move over, and we're threatening to actually push that. All right. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Okay, that one was a little easier, was manageable. Still got it wildly wrong, but at least I felt like I got an understanding, and you guys got an understanding of it. All right, so here it says we see something similar in even older games. Schlechter Marco Vienna match 1893. Here white appears lost, since the black king is closer to the fray than his, but it's not as bad as it seems. Okay. I would have to agree, it does look like black is much better. Like if white goes here, 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 maybe here, here, here. Let's say there, here, and now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to queen. White has to go like one more, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to queen. So yes, it seems like black is winning. How do we alter the scope of this? It feels like king e6 is the obviously correct first move. I don't know. I'm not seeing the full situation here. One more time. Like here, 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 here. Seems winning for black. Allow black to take our pawns, but then step up next to the king. Oh, you want to just shoulder. Interesting. So you want to come down. Takes. That what? Maybe like here. Goes down. There. Shoulder. Do we have enough juice for that? It's interesting. I mean, I guess I am seeing that the race up top doesn't work, so we're going to try Daniel's idea. I don't think the race works. Okay, so the race apparently does work. Not by my calculation, it does not. So I have to go here first. Moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I calculated before. So I don't understand how we're not dead here, but okay. Here, here, here. And as black must lose time again to take the pawn, it is a draw, it says. Very interesting. Okay, so after that move, it says white would have been fooled after there. Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. It's like after this, then the king just moves over and they guard everything. Okay, so it wasn't a shouldering idea. It was a race. Let's look at it one more time. I'm still a little bit confused on how this race worked out. So takes there, takes there, takes. Okay. Yeah. It's because when the king has to move over eventually, we then get the pawn. Oh man, these are so hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any of these. Kevin, this is not a blitz game. This is not a blitz game. You're right. Does my title say it's a blitz game? Ooh, is the title wrong actually? It is. Doesn't say blitz game, but I'm gonna fix it here. It's very interesting. So on this site called Restream, where I'm streaming from, the title is correct, but then it's not carrying over correctly to YouTube. So I'm a little bit confused as what's happening. But that's alright, we'll make it work. What book are we working through? So, we're looking at Van Perlo's No, Van Perlo's Endgame tactics. Oh, I went way too fast. Okay, good suggestion. I appreciate it. So we should take our time a little bit more. I like it. Okay. Oh, okay. So this actually is a theme. We should have read that. Let's go back for a second before we solve this one, though. This one looks much easier and manageable. Let's look at what the theme that we were supposed to be looking at was. My bad. We skipped this part. So that might have helped us. So this says, trompe-l'oeil. If any approach leads itself to a mistake, it is superficial calculation or judgment upon endgames. They may look simple at first sight, but they are not. That's what we missed. Okay. All right. Well, that wasn't super helpful. Okay. So basically just saying these aren't as easy as they look. So it's white to play. How do we both stop this from pawning, queening, and then stop this one from queening? So I want to look first at like the most versatile king move. If this tries to run, we could clearly get it. We would lose this pawn in the process, but I think we can come back, and it looks like this would probably be a draw. Yeah, I think this would be a draw. Little means the eye. Yeah, that would make sense. It's like it's not what meets the eye. Okay. So I think this is what we're going to do, is go here. What if we go... Yeah, if we go here, it seems like they kind of get the best of both worlds. But maybe then we run by, and they have to take, and then we go here, and then they can't come back. We take... They go, we come back. They have to come back. So yeah, it looks to me like King F4 is probably the right answer. Okay, Ozzy likes King F4 as well. And I think you guys are right. I think that has to be it. Daniel says he likes King F3, opposition on King, and closing in on pawns. Oh no, King F4. Yeah, okay. I think we're in agreement that King F4 feels like it has to be the move. Okay. And I think now we have no choice but to go down. Because if we do anything else and they get one more closer, we suddenly can't catch it. So I think we have to be here to be able to catch the pawn, or it's gone. Okay, I need to mute myself for just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so what did we decide here? I thought that we have to go back, otherwise, and we lose, right? Like if we try to push this first, then they push. Now we like if we try to race, then we just lose. So we have to go back. So we go back. Now's the tricky part. Because now I think what we have to do is set it up so we can take and then come back and position ourselves in such a way that is going to be a draw. So I still... So I guess the question is twofold. It's do we take or do we push first then take? Do we like... Where do we want their king to be? So if we take, they take, we come across and they have opposition... And I think, yeah, because then they can come up. So yeah, so I don't think we can give them opposition. By going here, we give them opposition. So I think we have to push. They take, then we go here, And then if they come in, we get opposition. And if they go there, then we get opposition. So I think it's a straight up holding on to opposition as long as we can. Yeah, so Chris has the same idea. Pushing at opposition. If we take, then they have opposition and they win. Okay, so I think we're all in agreement. We're going to push and take opposition. What? Okay. Utterly shocking. Utterly shocking. So the note here is Black was counting on us taking. They take back. King G3, King D5. This is exactly all the stuff we calculated. Oh. Yeah. I guess even if we have... Well... So we have opposition. Wait, no, how did he end up with opposition? Hold on. Takes, comes over. How did we lose opposition? I thought we had it. I don't know what happened. I think, wow. Yeah. That's so weird. Okay. So this doesn't work. One more time. I thought this worked. I thought like we had opposition. But yeah, then we somehow lost it. And then we lose. Okay, so it doesn't work. So instead we're going to go here. Let's assume they take. We take. And now we do have opposition. Right? So we go here. Okay. And they go up. Fascinating. And if we take and they take, then we lose opposition. So we probably just repeat. But then once they go there, yeah, I guess we just repeat here. Let's see. Okay, then we just repeat. Wow, I don't know what happened there. Somehow when I calculated this, I calculated that we had the opposition, but clearly we do not. They take it back. Very strange. Yep. Okay. These are definitely some deep ones. I don't know. Are they too much for us? I'm not sure. Let's see what the next one is. Black has their one runaway pawn. But we can see already the king's in the box. So if we try to race, we lose said race. So we can't race. And look at how spread these pawns are. Like how does this king in the middle hold off pawns so far apart? I don't think we can. Let's see. If we take, let's say we were able to take this pawn without the other one moving. The box is here. We can't get back in. There's no way to take these pawns. So I think instead what we're going to have to do is race. What's up, Moscow? How are things? I think we have to race them. So if we go here, they can't stop us from queening. So the question is, do we lose the race though? Like here, here, here. Looks like we queen. They queen. Then they have the other pawn if our queens get traded. So we can't trade queens. But I think we have to go king d4. We just can't stop the pawns. And if we promote, it's with check. That is a good point. When we promote, it is with check. This one seems too easy. I'm guessing there's a wrinkle. Wow. What? Okay. So the answer is e3. I'm guessing because the king goes there. This king goes here to support. If say here, 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 we still make it through. And maybe the point is now we're close enough to this pawn to grab it. If here, here, there, check. Yeah, I mean, I guess it looks like this wins. The only question I have is how did the other line not win? So let's take a look at that. This was the obvious move. Okay, so they move off the check. And now when they race us, we don't get to queen with check. And it's basically we both have a queen and it's a draw. Interesting. Yes, queening with check is the vital part. And so by playing queen d4 first, we gave them just enough time to get off the square because they can't race. If we push, they come back and they're boxing out our king. So our king has to move up. And then that gives them just enough time. So it's the exact same thing, but our kings have both switched spots. Fascinating. Feels like you calculate until you see a good line and then play it. Try to disprove it first. Maybe that is the reason why you missed the endgame text in your Carlsbad game. Yes. Fried Foxy, you have hit on the biggest problem that I have. I've been trying so hard to diagnose it, right? You are in 100% correct that when I find the answer, which is a good move, I'm like, cool, I found the answer. I'm such a genius. Let's make that move. Whereas a better player, such as yourself, such as, say, Michael Adams in the book Think Like a Super GM, find what they think might be the answer and then spend the whole calculation time trying to disprove it. And I'm really, really trying to get better at that. So I'm going to make that more of a focus for the next one. When I find it, I'm going to disprove it. Yeah, I think it's a very hard problem. I think part of it is exacerbated by puzzle rushes because there is an answer. So I think that is part of the problem. Okay, so it says in the end game we must be extremely wary of small and detail. So it's black to play. We actually have an even amount of pawns. Hooray. But it does look like if it's white's turn, they go here and they win with connected pass pawns pretty easily. It's not white's turn. Some moves that I am considering are king e7, pushing this pawn, and I think that's it. So let's look at a concrete line. So if we move the king up and they go to get this pawn out of the way, and we continue moving the king up and they take the pawn, and then I move the king over and they check, and I come back and they check again and I come back. My king has moved into a decent defensive posture. I've sort of shouldered the king, but now the king can pretty easily get out. This pawn can support the other one. I am not convinced that that will hold. I'm also wondering if the idea is something like king f8, but instead of moving over, perhaps they just come after this pawn. Then we move here, and then they can go here. I guess we have the back and forth thing. That could work. Definitely struggling with this one though. Let's see. What do we have here? H4 to double the rook pawns. I don't think they have to double the rook pawns. I think they could run by. And then if we go here, I think we could just go like this. And I think black loses. I don't think we can push h4. h4 g4. Yeah, I don't think that works. I think white wins. h4 g takes. Yes, I think h4 g takes h4 might work, but I think g4 is fine. They just run by. So let's calculate. So h4, g4. Knowing this is white's plan, what does black do? Black brings the king up. King moves back. Moves the king up again. Moves back. Move the pawn up or the king up. King takes. That feels like game. Is there a way to somehow support this way. It's like here, here, king, 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 king. Maybe. One more time. Push, push. King goes 1, 2, 3. This king has to go 1, 2, 3. Here, here, here. Here, 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 here. And it is guarding it. But this king can just go back and forth. And like if this king comes down, then we go here. Then maybe they can go back and forth here. Maybe there's a draw there. I didn't think there was. But now I'm a little bit unsure. F4 is resource on the line to draw the rook pawn. Yeah, is it like that? King F8 after H4 with F5 when we need it. Too much to type on a phone. I think there's F5 in there somewhere also. Maybe. It did look possible, right? I'm not sure what the other move is. Like, if we don't do that, I think we just lose. So I don't think this works, but let's try it. Okay. Apparently it does work. But maybe this way doesn't work. Because if we go this way... yeah, maybe they go here. And then if here, here, and we don't get over in time. Here. No, this doesn't look like it works. Here, here, here. That looks like game. Like, now that I don't have to go up and around, now that I've realized I can come this way, looks much, much better. So does that mean I should go here and sack this pawn? I don't think that works. F8, there, 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 there. Maybe then here, F5. It's not our move, but something like that. Yeah, I think it has to be King F8. I think the other way does not work. I didn't realize that the king could come across here. So let's do King F8. Nope. Only other moves here. Nope. Oh, they're both listed as alternative, not wrong. So they're both fine. I suppose we could also go here to try to pull him up farther. We could go here, but that looks just horrible. Only other move seems to be here. Okay, so I don't really know. Like, I guess it takes them longer to get the king over there. So now the question is, which way are we going with the king? E7 seems reasonable. Because now that the king is going that far, it's like here, 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 here. And the king has to move aside so they can then check. And maybe now we go here. Check. Boy, I am really bad at these. I can't really picture this. I think this is going to be a really good tool for me. Okay. So Daniel says King F8. King G5. Oh, that was from before. It's already on G5. If here, then maybe here. Yeah, that's a good point. They're in no rush. If here, I think that just looks pretty strong. But even if they pin our king here, this isn't going anywhere, and this pawn can't get through. So I'm not sure just shouldering our king down here is enough. That might be enough for a draw. But I guess the question is if here, 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 then what? I think they want to move aside. Maybe here we go here. Takes, takes, here, here. That would be fine. That would hold a draw. So I'm going to go here. All right. I don't know. Then I think the plan was to go here. And then here. I'm just running out the plan I came up with. Okay. Now if I go here, 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 and we can continue shouldering them. We go here. If they come down, then we get to go there and we win that pawn. If we go here, 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 and like here, then we get to drop down here, and I think that should be a draw. So I think this works. I think you guys were right. Okay, our hard work has paid off. Okay. Finally, F5 got us through. So it says on here that this is also answered by F5. Okay. Boy. I'm really bad at these. All right, let's see what the next chapter holds for us. Maybe the next chapter will be a little bit more specific. I don't know. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Okay, so that was called Part 1, Pawn Endgames 1. There are several more pawn endgames. I kind of want to skip to rook endgames. Let's try one of them on rook endgames. See how that goes. Okay, we'll look at this, I guess. I don't think it's giving us much stuff. If you're familiar with terminology, you know that we mean endgames with rooks and pawns only. Okay. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to do view. Okay. Let's see what this says. Okay, that's not really giving us much here. It's just saying there's rook pawn endgames. Okay, so let's look at this one. It's unbelievable, but in this position, black resigned. This must have caused him grief afterwards, as actually a draw. Okay. I mean, okay, for a second there, I thought we could just play rook c6 and draw, but no, we cannot. We all have a nice evening. My old butt is getting sleepy. Well, Chris, have a good night, my friend. I think I'm about done as well. Oh, we've got Sweet Bell Pepper over on Twitch. What is happening? Hope things are going well over there. First time chatter. Welcome to the stream. All right. So that doesn't work. It's not we're in check. So if we're in check, they are very close to queening. And we can't go this way. So we really only have two choices. Well, three choices. One of these three. I think I would rather not go here because I don't want this to queen with check. So let's look at here. How are they going to respond? If I do that, looks like they have check. Man. Okay, there, check, king h8. If they try to move the king over to like f7, our rook always has the checks on the c file. So I'm not sure how they avoid these checks. I don't think we want to go up to h5. We're just too far away from the pawn trying to queen. So it seems to me like, without being able to fully calculate, I'm leaning towards king h7 just as a most reasonable of all moves. So I am curious what you all think. Do you agree with that assessment or not? So if here, 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 I mean, here, check. Here. No, I can't go there. 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 Okay, the nice thing with the king here is it also stops the rook from being able to go there to defend, so that seems reasonable. What's your name on Twitch? My name is Dr. Skull _ Tiny Crimes. It is, I think I'm going to be changing that. That is an old name, so I think that needs to change. Okay. I think King H7 seems the most reasonable, but I'm not 100% convinced. Okay, I think the whole point would be to follow up with rook checks on the side. I guess I didn't think about what if they go here. Then I can't hit the pawn. I can't go to C8. I could maybe come around to F6, pressuring the pawn. And then if they come back, it doesn't look great. So I think actually maybe what I want to do is stay up top. So I check this way. If they move away from the defense of the pawn, I go here, they come back, and that works. Although if I go here and then they zip behind, is that then a problem? Turns out rook endings are hard. I don't think so. I think I would just come back and say you have to leave to be able to do that, but then maybe they can go here with this king supporting. I go up. Yeah, but if they ever try to come out, I check them. I think checking from the top is better. I think checking from the side is going to run into this, and then I think we're in trouble because we can't go over here. So I think almost assuredly it's either check from the side, or it might even just be hit the pawn, then they can't queen. If we hit the pawn, they can move the king up, and then we move over. It seems like we're kind of back to the same thing. I guess the only question is if we check here, can they go here, here, and then some sort of like Lucina position where they're going here? Does not look like it. I don't like side check. Yeah. Oh, thanks so much, Ozzy. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Ozzy, for the subscribe. All right, I say we check from the top. I can't imagine checking from the side works. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Just preventing this. Wow, that works, huh? So we go here, then here. I don't know. Here, here. This does not seem to work. How does this work? Okay, I mean, apparently it does. Okay, that's exactly what I said would happen. They'll just come over. Rook F8 seems like the only move that doesn't instantly lose. I guess that's not true. We could go like Rook A8, still stopping the pawn. And now the rook can't support the king can't support the rook from come closer, and if the king decides to come back, well then we have side checks. It's just hard to believe these side checks work. Okay, and if they come far away, I think then we can just come over, threaten to take, they guard it, we go here, and that is a draw. The side check worked? That is very stunning. Very, very stunning. It's like an advanced Philidor endgame. Yeah. I think you're right, like a Philidor on the side, not back. Yeah, but in the Philidor, isn't it a behind check? Where does Tiny Grimes come from? What a great question. So Tiny Grimes, it's one of those things, like we all have that internet handle from like 25 years ago or whatever. And so that's what Tiny Grimes is. Tiny Grimes comes from a time when I was a musician, and like an up and coming musician, I'll say, and one of my favorite musicians was the guitar player Tiny Grimes, and so I was like, oh, he's awesome. I'll just make that my handle. Like, no one knows of Tiny Grimes. It's never taken. He's great. It's a fun handle. And then it like ballooned into more as I became a content creator for competitive card games. And then I was also still wondering if I was going to get into academia, and I didn't really want people to Google my name as I'm applying for academic jobs and see the content I was creating. So I started going by Tiny Grimes, but then I started getting bigger, and Tiny Grimes isn't that big, and then you would Google Tiny Grimes, and then I would come up, and it became this whole mess. And then as I started teaching high school, I was like, you know what? I think I have to just be comfortable with not using a handle and just using my own name. So it's kind of the whole like trajectory of me as a content creator, and Tiny Grimes is a part. Like if I go play competitive card games, people call me Tiny. That's what they call me because my name is Tiny Grimes. Like lots of people just don't even know my name. I'm just Tiny. It wasn't the immediate side check. Had to go to the 8th rank first. Yes, that's true. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's true. We didn't even side check right away. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Now you know the whole story of Tiny Grimes. Something similar happened in this game, in Miles Benko. Okay, I believe there's a gambit after that person. Wait, is Paul Benko the inventor of the Benko gambit? I did not put that together. I saw your card game content did really well. What made you stop that? Yeah, so the thing that happened was all of the card games I played were smaller card games. The first one was something called Soulforge, a very fun game. I was sort of the main content creator, but it was a very small game, and eventually when you're playing a small game, it's very challenging for the company to continue having the same quality set after set. Like more, like even for something like Magic the Gathering, bad things happen, but it's even harder for small companies. And then eventually those games die anyway. And so that's been kind of the issues, that a bunch of them died. But then second of all, I had played chess before card games, and I was always like, ugh, these card games have too much randomness in it. I kind of like to play a game more like chess, and eventually it was like, well, why don't I just start playing chess again? Like, why do I keep wanting card games to be more like chess? There is this game called chess that still exists, and I think the reason I left was for the time commitment. But then, sort of as I got older, I was like, I'm not going to be like a grandmaster or anything. I can put in the time commitment I want and enjoy it that way. Okay, so let's continue with this particular example. We have our king over here. So are we going like rook behind? Is that the deal? Actually, the problem is if we were to move our rook, this is checkmate. So we can't just do an immediate rook over at all. So to free up our rook, I think I want to move my king. And I think I'd rather move my king back down to h7 to give it a chance to stop that pawn. If I were to do that, let's say they just went right back and said, cool, we are still ready to checkmate you if you move that rook. And then let's say I threaten the pawn with the rook. They move the pawn. And they go down. Here, we're just pushing everything down farther. Yeah, I don't think that's what we want. Okay. So maybe we have to move the king up, because now the king can't continue threatening that mate. If the king goes down, then we can get behind the pawn if we want. Pawn kind of has to move down. I'm not really sure about this one. Watch out for rook h1 mate. Yes, exactly. That is the key to this position. That rook h1 mate is the key. Poor guitarist has to change name not to be buried under card game content creator. I mean, he was a guitarist in like 1930, so I just kind of felt like I was like stealing from him in some way. Okay, assume our goal is to get our rook on the 6 somehow to create a Philidor. Yeah, it's funny because I know the Philidor so well, and now I'm kind of blanking on what exactly is our setup in the Philidor. I'm thinking in the Philidor, don't we have our king here behind it, and then the king, their king is here and their pawn is here, and we're able to just check and keep checking, and they can't get in. I'm pretty sure that is the Philidor. So can we do that? I don't think we can get our king back here. I think they're going to keep boxing us. So I think we just have to move. I think if we move up, though, we lose. Like, I just can't see that working. Here. Like here. Like this. We're out of time. I'm going to back up because we spent a lot of the time storytelling. So we're going to go back in now as if we haven't done it. It's not because I don't want to get it wrong. It's because I want us to take the time that we need. Okay, so what do we have here? You guys are saying, watch out for the scribe. Oh my. Okay, well, hello, Leo. Daniel says maybe rook h2 is the waiting move. Interesting. So play a waiting move. Can't they play any waiting move they want? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe this is Lucina from white, and we are trying to avoid it. Does look like they could potentially make the bridge, but usually in the Lucina isn't the pawn down here already, and the point is to make the bridge to force it through. I don't think the bridge could be this high. So I don't really think we're working with either. I think I want to bring the king up because I don't see how going down works. The only other move is Daniel's idea, but I don't see how that does anything. I feel like we're in the exact same spot. Sorry for telling you to slow down earlier then. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. We had plenty of time. That was not the issue. I thought the pawn was going the other way. I do that all the time. All right, I'm going to move the king up. I'm not convinced it's right. It's not right. Okay, Daniel was right. Let's move the rook up. I still don't quite understand how that works. So now I'm eager to see how does that actually change anything. Okay, if they bring the king down, it changes things a lot, right? Now they're no longer threatening mate. So now the rook is freed up. I just don't understand why they didn't just move the rook. Like, what's the difference? But, whoa, that is a huge reaction. Welcome. Aren't you a bit too old to be doing this? Maybe. Maybe I am. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's not mate on h1 anymore. Right. So I think we want to move the rook now. The question is where. Certainly we could go to f2. And if they tried to check, I think then we would just probably win that pawn. But if they just push the pawn, then now maybe we come over and we do have the side checks. Not sure if the side checks work because the rook is perfectly placed to stop the side checks. So the question to me is it here pushing the pawn forward, or is it over here starting to threaten side checks? Those are the two things I'm most interested in. I suppose there's a world where we could look at this. I do feel like chasing the king away, losing the rook would be very challenging to deal with. Rook a2 is the goal. The goal is side checks. Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to rook a2. The question is, do I take a pit stop on rook f2 to push this pawn forward? I think probably not, because if they don't do something, then we could go here and cut off the pawn. So I think this actually must be right. Okay, so they do take their check. We could go here if we want. It's not mate. We could go here if we want. Or actually, we're threatening to take. If they were to go here, we could go check. We would. Sorry, I'm in here. Ah, this is a really nice trap. Watch this. We go here. Sorry, no, it's our. We have to move. We go here, here, here. No, never mind. There's not a trap here. Okay. Yeah, I think I want to threaten the pawn. It's weird because I feel like we must want to get down here, but we can't get there anyway. So I think we have to threaten the pawn. Snarling something is offering cheap viewers. Wow. Thanks so much. So generous of you. This is all over on Twitch. We had our king at h7 and rook on the side last time. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. The difference is that if we go this way, then they can just move the king over and push. Whereas if we go here, then when we check on the side, the king can't come out over here. So we want to go here. Good call. And then now, last time we went here first. Do we go here first at this time? Check. If they block, we cannot take. They would queen out. If we go under, then oh yeah, and by going here first, they can't get the king out of the way. They could go here though, but then we go here. They would go like maybe here though, and check, and then here, and it looks like they win. I don't know. These endings are so hard. I don't understand why they're so hard. Okay. I think I'm gonna check, and then they block, and then I'll go down and try to say they can't stop all the checks. No, it does not work. Okay, it was the same thing as last time. I don't understand how this works differently. I guess that's what I didn't process fully. Was how did we actually win with this last time? It says if we go here instead, they go there, and with a rook on e5 instead of e6. Something. Okay, I don't know what they're saying. Okay, so we need to come all the way down. I guess we'll figure out why in a moment. And that's it. Just put the king down, rook down the win. If you check, they play king f8. Right. Okay, but how does this work? We go here. They bring the rook down. We check. They bring the rook to block. We come down. I guess the point is they can never quite get through. Huh. Okay. I don't know. I am not certain if... A couple things I'm wondering. Am I a little bit too tired tonight to do these effectively? Are these just a little bit out of my reach? Are these way out of my reach? Do I need to say, well, these are too far out of my reach, I should start with something easier? Or lastly, wow, I can't believe all these not that hard looking endgames are like impossible for me. I should actually definitely be doing these because we've definitely identified a weakness. So that is what's swirling in my mind right now. I am not sure what to make of this. The idea is that ideally you have your king blocking the pawn. Yes, ideal scenario, we end up with our king on f8 blocking the pawn. So, I don't know. Those are the thoughts swirling in my brain right now, and I'm not sure what the answer is. It's not possible. You want to use the rook on the 8th rank to stop the white king from taking the 8th rank. Okay, that's a good point. That the rule of thumb here seems to be, number one, if we can get our king to f8, we will stop it that way. But at least if we can get our rook there, and if they can't push their king there, then they can't get the pawn down. That seems like a reasonable takeaway. Yes, I agree. We all struggled with these. I think Daniel and Foxy did better, as they are better players. But so my question is, Is it beyond my capacity? I'm going to do this one more time to try to cement it a bit, and then I think it is time for me to head out. So let's overstudy this one. So the point of this one was we went here. They came down. We came across. They checked. We want to stay down here so we can either get to f8 or hinder the king. And then we go here so the king can't get to the back rank. And then we simply can hold the draw. Okay. I really struggled on those king and pawn ones. Yeah, I don't know. Some real reflection here. I think I'm going to do... I think also, like, I need to do these when I'm, like, ready to really dig in. Like, I don't think I can do these as, like, oh, I'm in the mood to do some easy puzzles. Like, I think these are very, very challenging for me. Master gave up one of these drawn end games. These were hard for everyone. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Foxy. Is it just the training? And that by doing the training, we will expand our calculation? Like, a lot of the sayings I've heard is, like, you should be able to get, like, 60 to 70% of the puzzles right. And if I can get 0 right, I don't know. It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if they're just outside of my range. But maybe not. Maybe these are a good thing to work on. All right. Well, something for me to reflect on. Something for you all to reflect on. Foxy, I'm going to take a look at the permissions in our Chess Journeys team. And that is going to wrap it up for today. And we'll see what we have next time. It's fun trying to work them out together. Streaming is hard, though, so it's draining. Can't do a mix. Yeah. I mean, if you guys enjoyed it, then I also think I enjoyed it. I feel like I got something out of them, especially this last one. I feel like I got kind of a rule of thumb. I like to tell myself I'm good at rook endgames, and I'm clearly not. Like, I'm just not. So we'll see. Love the bonus episodes of the tournament, by the way. Thank you. Okay, so last question of the day. I played this weekly Tuesday event. Should I do bonus rounds for that? I mean, bonus episodes for that round by round. It's not quite as dramatic because, like, a full tournament by the end, I'm, like, fried and my nerves are shot. Whereas, like, one game a week, it's a very different experience, right? It's not like that gritty, like, oh my goodness, I just lost a heartbreaking game. It's more like, I lost a game. That's unfortunate. It's the only game I lost today, though. I didn't have to lose a million games. I don't have another game in 20 minutes. So I don't know. I did record a little bit before the first round I played because I hadn't played in like 4 weeks, and I was actually feeling nervous, which I haven't felt nervous for a tournament in a while. So I don't know. Food for thought. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you all